So let's continue to learn about color and about creating original artwork in Canva. We don't always want to use a template. So to do that, I'm looking at all these common options that they've highlighted on this menu bar, and we're going to go to custom size. We're going to change our units from pixels to inches, and we're going to use the width of 10 inches and height of 10 inches. So we're going to create a new design. And in the previous video, I showed you how to copy a color palette. And so now what you want to do is you want to click on that and you want to paste that color palette onto this picture. And you can see that those have become options. And also you'll see them as options in the when we go to select colors. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to really just start using more tools, start having fun creating artwork. And I felt like flowers were a fun way to explore that. So I've clicked the whole image. I'm just going to go over to background color, and I want to show you this. These image colors come up. These are the ones that we've added, but there's also these default colors and default gradients. And I want you to feel free to use these in your design. Yes, I have this palette and I'm going to make this, my primary palette. But for example, there's no green and I want some green stems and leaves. So we can expand on this palette. Look at this, default gradient colors. I'm going to look at all of them. I'm going to click See All and look at all these great colors. Maybe I want to have, do I like that for the background? That? All right, I think I'm going to stick with that. So there I've already started my design. Then I'm going to go to Elements and I can either look for shapes or for flowers. And I want to use graphic images. I want to be able to recolor them. So I click flowers and graphics came up and I want to see all. And here we go. Maybe I'm going to copy that. Now watch this. So here this flower appeared and it's blue and it's yellow. And you can see that in the selected item, there's this menu up here and it's all about what's selected. So much so that you can even see that the blue of the petals and the yellow of the flowers there. So maybe I'm going to change that. I'm going to use some of my palette colors. I click this, so I've selected the blue, so it's going to be the blue of the palettes, and I click the pink, and it changes it. And it's a small difference, but maybe I'll change this yellow to my color palette yellow, and it's very similar. What's neat about that is now that I've altered this, maybe I want a few of these. Watch this. I have the flower selected. There's a little menu up here. I can lock things, I can duplicate, I can get rid of it. How about this? Now that I've changed the flower, maybe I duplicate it. Now it looks so much the same. How about I do this? This is a flower that's, maybe I flip it. Just like you would flip something over, I might flip this horizontally. That can make it look just a little bit different. I can resize it. And there, that's given me a little variety. So you can really start playing with things like that, and it's quite fun. So I'm going to go back to my elements, and here's my graphic flower shapes. Here we go. drag them over, resize. It's beginning to get kind of interesting. And it, when I do flowers, a lot of times I'm also thinking about flower stem. Will anything come up for that? Ah, very nice. Look at this. I can drag these over, and I'm going to resize it. Maybe I'll make a nice large stem for my flower. Now watch this. The stem's in front, so I've got the stem selected. So this menu up here is about the stem. I'm going to change the position. I'm going to click here, and now over here I have a position menu, and I'm going to move this stem backwards. There, now it's behind. Now watch this. Since I have this flower kind of created, I'm going to place my mouse up here and select all these objects, and I can group it together. Now this flower is a single object. And that's sort of a powerful way to begin to play with things. Maybe I want a big stem. I want a lot of variety, but again, I have this one. Maybe I'll flip this one. And I can put a few flowers as if this is a multi-flower branch. Oop. And I wanted to grab this flower, so I'm going to push this stem backward and backward again. And I want it behind this one, so backward again. Oh, there we go. That's good. And then maybe I can add a detail to these flowers. So element, flower shape. I'm going to create this small. I'm going to recolor it. So I click again. I have it selected. Now this menu's about it. So I've got this pale blue. That's not really part of my color scheme. So I'm going to change it to orange. I'm going to make it smaller. And watch this. I clicked it. This small menu gives me options. I'm going to duplicate it. So that's going to be the middle of my flower. Maybe I'll duplicate it again. And I have to be honest, I'm going to move this out of the way just so I can grab the flower. There we go. I'm going to move this back to where I want it. And I'm going to click off of all of it. Then I'm going to put my mouse strategically and select all these. Oh, and I'm going to group these together. So now these will move as a group. Let's try something like this. Watch this. This is interesting. So I've got my graphics for this, and maybe I'll add this in. I'm going to make it big. And then I'm going to do a few things. I'm going to recolor it. using our more of a pleasant color. So here's my solids. I'm going to look at all of my greens, and maybe I'll make it this green, maybe that green. Now, a few things. It's in front of my image, so I still have it selected. I'm going to click up here in this menu, position. I'm going to move it to the back, and it's still dominant. And so what I'm going to do, it's still selected. I'm going to make it transparent. And that's kind of a fun way to add different kinds of textures and patterns, is you can start making some things look like they're fading into the background. You can imagine this project keep developing this design. I could keep playing with it and think about, you know, other fun things you can do. Like maybe I could do a spray of polka dots just to make some fun pattern. And maybe I'm going to do these dots just to kind of create a little sort of whimsy. And yet they're kind of sad being black. So I'm going to go over here and maybe I can do yellow. And then again, they're so bright, perhaps I play with the transparency. Maybe I still have it selected, duplicate it, slide it aside, and maybe I play with this color and see how it changes this menu, and I make these white. And of course, we're doing abstract flowers, but you could totally have fun, maybe add a bug. I'm going to resize my little bug, put him on here, and look at this. He's nice straight up, straight down. I can rotate him so he looks a little more like he's on the flower. And that's where you can really start having lots of fun. I've got my dragonfly. I'm going to flip him so he looks like he's flying into the image. Resize him. And just keep looking for fun things to put in your image. I could put this in, move this all the way to the back. So I hit position, and now my position menu came out. It's going to go all the way to the back, and then I'm going to make it look like it's fading in the background. And I'm going to click it, and then this menu comes up about the actual object. Duplicate it. Change the scale. That's one way to really keep this variety. So I still have it selected. Flip it. And then again, it's in front of things, so maybe I want to push it. So I still have it selected. I'm hitting position and send it to the back. And when I'm done, I can get rid of my palette. So I would still develop this. I think it has a ways to go, but this is a fun start to designing an original artwork using lots of different tools in Canva.